found some medical mask for if I'm thinking about launching a cleaning service on Facebook. So this guy has like tons of medical mask. Got a bunch of back stock. I just took a few. I can use them if I start doing cleaning jobs again. All right. Now we're headed back. Pretty nice people. They just come out of New York City. They're visiting. Well, actually, they weren't visiting. They were going on a cruise out of New York City, and they weren't big fans of New York, but really helpful. They said, if you need a medical mask, I've got plenty on stock. I guess since COVID calmed down, but yeah, they're kind of political, you know, about the electric cars and diesel prices. How a lot of people in Texas are. I told them capitalism was in trouble. It kind of is. Things being regulated. I'm for deregulation and everything, especially when it comes to ride share. And you know, the problem with, I'm not condemning Angie Services. I think they're a great company, but we're in kind of a society where star ratings can really hurt people that rely on the gig economy, and we can't monitor our own star ratings, and we certainly can't control them. You know, you can try, but it's very difficult. So it's out of your hands. So the gig economy is still in development. I don't think it's completely there. It's probably going to be studied. You know, and we're talking about cleaning services, ride share, delivery services, everything from roadie to Uber Eats to you know, whatever you choose on the gig economy. Capitalism it deals in a lot about craft. You know, if you're very good in craft, and even being a crafty person, or just being you know, craft in business, you know, making candlesticks or inventing a new way to turn on a light bulb, or just a light bulb, or whatever it may be, right? Benjamin Franklin was a great craft maker, but he was also an inventor. I don't think creativity can be regulated per se, you know. Like, I was approached one time at DFW airport because I am making a documentary, okay? I do have my business filed away in Dallas. It is under Drive Film Productions of Texas. I did file it away at a Dallas office as an actual business, an LLC. I believe it's an LLC. The paperwork's, I have the paperwork. But, you know, from everyone from A.D.W.C to Jacob the Carpetbagger to all the way to Justin Scarred to Grim Life Collective, you know. I mean, I don't know for sure if they're getting zoning permits for like everything. I know Los Angeles is different. I know California is different. I know they're in Europe right now, and they go to a lot of different spots, and we get to see a lot of cool stuff. And there's been many films that have been made using guerrilla style filmmaking, but they're all respectful usually, you know. Adam didn't just go to anyone and just, you know, completely start interviewing them, you know. And I stay away from it a little bit because it is YouTube, you know. It's like an independent thing. I stay away from. I don't mind giving interviews, and I have, especially with other celebrities and stuff. People that got into my vehicle, that, like, you know, Mario Campo, who runs Man Eats Wild and things like that. I guess that was just happened to be coincidence or luck. Because I think that sometimes people, when they jump into an interview, they're all okay at that moment, and then the repercussion of fame, if something, you know, if it did become a famous interview, can sometimes be an ordeal. But someone that's already famous, and you get the interview with them, that's just normal everyday thing. You just ask them, are you okay with this interview? And they're usually okay. And it can be like they deal with it every day because they get interviewed all the time because fame gets interviewed. But the common person, the common person, I don't like rush into interviews, even though I could, and I think it'd be cool. But if there's something like very brilliant about them and they're really a little bit famous and they're okay with it, then, sometimes I will. Or if they request, I at least tell them I have a show. And they're like, well, can we be on it? I mean, like, absolutely, positively, 100% yes. Because there is the idea of exploitation, that you have to deal with if you're running a show. We're only 720 subscribers, so it's not that big of a deal. But the reason why is because I did this one show out in Dallas about South Lamar apartments. They're being haunted. They're supposedly a haunting. And the guy was okay with the interview to talk about this ghost girl that's rolling a pebble or a rock or no, it's a marble. Rolling this little marble on the floor, and you could see her in the hallway. Well, when he did the interview, the landlord found out about it and didn't like the fact that he gave an interview about a ghost at South Lamar, even though, who knows if it's a real ghost. Then when I ran into the guy again, he was like, can you please remove me from the show? So at that point, when that happened, I was real careful. At that point, it's like, wait a minute, I need to be selective on who I'm going to interview if I'm going to put people on the show and things like that. So, and there are contracts that I do draw on certain people and stuff. Like, if I end up using Linda's ex-roommate, I would probably get a contract, so at least I can say, well, hey man, at least you signed, But I try to keep it as respectful as I can and still tell a story when it comes to people's privacy and stuff. But I do agree on some of the things that they said about how we're in trouble. He said one thing the guy said, and I'm not going to mention his name or anything, but he said that a lot of Republicans are in kind of the shadows now. The Republican parties sometimes, at times, can be scared for like coming out and admitting that they're a Republican. Admitting that, and I agreed with him, even though I'm kind of third party. But I'm the reason I support the Republicans, and it's because of pro-life. I'm a pro-life person, and I feel fine supporting that, and not having any problems with being pro-life because I have children. So, I'm okay with it. But I'm not like a die-hard Republican, and I'm certainly not a die-hard Democrat. So I kind of fall in third party, I guess. But I know what he means. The Republicans are a little scared, I guess, at times. But they shouldn't be. And we don't know what's going to happen next year. I know that they're gonna pay attention to the voting booths. I'm for fair vote. That's what I'll say to anyone that interviews me. I'm for fair voting. I think it's what makes America America, and that we should be fair when it comes to voting, and not manipulate the numbers, because we're in a kind of a society where that can be done because of computers and all kinds of craziness. But I will say that I think capitalism is a little in trouble, and I think my werewolf movie, Grace, aka Werevlog, which talks about vloggers, might be a little bit about that. It could be, secretly. What is the werewolf? Is it a form of greed, maybe, or anger? I don't know. But I would like to see things deregulated. I feel like I'm not one that really believes in social Darwinism completely. I think it's a dangerous thing to believe in because of your makeup. That's what, creates how much money you end up making. That's what social Darwinism kind of talks about a little bit. Then there's Darwinism, and then there's social Darwinism. I think it's more about your passion, when it comes to being great and flourishing and being what's known as a rich man, a person that's rich. You follow your passion, you follow your dream, and that can sometimes support you and help you so that you can flourish as a person, because you struggle. We're struggling. We've been struggling for a while. I've never struggled like this before, and I think the other guy said the same. The guy that was dropped off, he said, it's real rough right now. It's real hard right now to get by. And it shouldn't be, it shouldn't be, because we have the capability to be a great nation. We have the capability to be great. We have that capability. Let's start using it, But listen, I'm going to have a thing I want to say to the Republicans before I sign off on this 9-minute speech. And I know it's kind of jumbled, but I want to say one thing. I want to say, use the pen, right? Use this thing right here. Don't go kicking any doors. Use that. Use the pen, for it's mightier than the sword. If you want laws changed, and you want things deregulated, and you want bigger business, use the pen. It'll happen. You feel it's right, and do it. They're being persecuted. It's very odd that a Republican get persecuted. But they represent freedom of speech, and they represent freedom of worship, and this whole policing thing and people being regulated, as long as we use this thing right here, we'll be able to get the things that we need to flourish as a country and have the capability to move forward. But we have to use peace, and we have to use the pen, for it is mightier than the sword, for sure. The pen is mightier. I know that things get emotional, and a lot of the people of the North, that Republicans of the North, were behind a lot of what happened, because of course Virginia's up north. Now there were Southern Republicans that went up there during January 6th, and I think they should have protested, but I don't think they should have went as far as they did, because we won't get anything accomplished doing that. We should have a peaceful protest. Martin Luther King Jr. was a genius in the fact that he taught, and listen, Gandhi was the same. They couldn't beat him. They couldn't beat Martin Luther King Jr. And now the black man has the right to be a free citizen, and to live that life of a free citizen, and to flourish in capitalism, because of how Martin Luther King Jr. thought. Same thing with Gandhi. Okay, you can't beat peaceful protest. Let's just say if all those Republicans went to the White House that day with candles in their hands, humming a tune, that goes further than them kicking in doors. That's what I have to say, ultimately. I know we have the right to bear arms and all that stuff, but I tell you, peaceful protest, that's going to change laws and deregulate this whole mess that we're in. Just be peaceful about it as much as you can, and don't take any tip jars. All right, 285. Maybe Biden was listening. Gas prices are super low. I don't want to brag too much. Haven't seen it this low, 2 or 3 years ago. It's nice to see, though. It's a warm feeling. And all these people like it, too. Right here. Been to this QT before. I gotta go home, lay on my back, make sure all this goes up, or it's just big waste. Got a tailgate party. They're so happy about the low gas prices. But also, I'm for the Republicans and Democrats trying to work together on some issues, especially when we see all this stuff happening in Israel. Sometimes it's time to take a peace break. Oh man, every single one of these. Me. This Jack Link's beef and cheese is brought to you by Jack Link's beef and cheese commercial. Also, I got these things right here. These heat peanuts. So, got the beef and the peanuts. And I guess at this moment, at least you predicted what I was going to buy, which you could do, then you may or may not. Because you can have yourself some Planters heat peanuts or some Jack Links with cheese. And they're all the way from Florida. And you're all the way from Florida. Hey, kitty. Hello, sweetie.
Hi, how are you, dear?
How you doing?
I'm good. Hi. Miss you.
Welcome to the Please Subscribe Show.
Yeah. Hi.
Doing okay? There's Kitty. You ready for a cat commercial? Ooh. Yeah, I need to clean this. Come on, Kitty. What are we having? Let's see. Oh, it's a seasoning coating mix. Looks for chicken. She's real good at burning the chicken sometimes. Oh, yeah. There's some of this over here. I just show it how it is. And we got disinfectant spray. Ooh, it smells like flowers. Come on, kitty. Better than Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Let's get some of this right here. I don't know if mommy fed you or not. Did you feed kitty? Snickly. Did you feed kitty? Snickles. Did you feed kitty?
No, not yet.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and feed him. Little kitty, it's time for a cat commercial. Let's turn on our Spielberg lighting. Well, it's more like Scorsese, kind of. Actually, Scorsese used like dim bulbs for the. I wish I could talk to him about it. But the scene with him, Johnny Boy, and is it Michael? Yeah, Michael, Johnny Boy and Michael, when they're talking about, you know, in the back, and they're talking about, did you pay him on Tuesday? Was it the Tuesday before the Tuesday or the other Tuesday? They used a lower light bulb because it's been too bright for the film. All right, kitty. I figured that out by being a filmmaker. I'll do this right here. We're gonna cut. There you are. How y'all doing? Hi. Okay. Look what we have. It's Cassavetes. Edmund, Tuxedo Cassavetes, a kitty. I named him after Cassavetes. And a farmer's cat named Edmund. And a children's story that I have. And Tuxedo, because he's a tuxedo kitty. It's also a boy kitty. Say hi. Hi. Okay. He's kind of grumpy a little bit. Let's see what we got. Let's go with Fancy Feast. You like Fancy Feast. I believe this is a tender beef entree for Fancy Feast. Hi, everybody. There you are. Over there. Hey. All right. Here, step back, kitty. You gotta get in the shot. You need to be a good actor, okay? Calm down, okay? That's why I might have to tell Bradley Cooper if he's standing in the wrong spot. Over here, because the camera's right there. I know you're a method actor, but here, it's right. Come on. I know. We'll talk about motivation in a minute. Here, sit there. Okay, there we go. Here we go, kitty. Yeah, but you don't post a vlog 4 times a day like I do. Thank goodness. Thank you. Count your blessings on that one. Here we go, kitty. There we go. Try it out. Let's get some of this in the shot. There we go. Tilt down. We gotta add some stuff in the script tonight. Don't we, Kitty? What's in this stuff anyway? All right. I'm gonna switch over to Grace, aka Werevlog, here in a minute. We're gonna add a few things, hopefully, if it lets me. Depending on if there's another Microsoft update. Boring. Can I have some too? Okay. We're having chicken strips?
No, it's naked chicken strips, and I'm putting into this stuff. Yeah.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna add some stuff to the screenplay. She's talking to the mechanic.
He'll be the shady mechanic, right? Tow truck driver.
No, what you're gonna be in Lynn Driver is a mechanic, and what happens is that you've also heard about the zombies, maybe heard them at night, but none of y'all have seen the zombies. This is a post-apocalyptic movie called Lynn Driver. So you've heard about the zombies and you've heard them late at night, but y'all like kind of have that conversation, but then you also fix her car. So you got to like come up with some BS about a car, about a car engine.
How about we try to get rid of the fleas off the cat right there? It's scratching us.
We do have a script to Lynn Driver, but it's mostly narration. We're going to do an improv scene with her ex-roommate. This dude right here. I'm telling everybody in the show that you're going to be in it eventually. I would like to do it in October for the end of Halloween, but
I want to be the white guy that plays the black dude.
Well, yeah. Have you ever seen True Romance? Hey, have you seen True Romance with Gary Oldman?
I don't know if I have.
Okay, True Romance is Gary Oldman does that. He plays a like a white dude that looks like a black dude. The character's name is Drexel Spivey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, his name is Drexel Spivey. Quentin Tarantino wrote that role. I got to talk to him about that. Hang on, give me a second though. Here you go, sweetie. She's talking to the mechanic that's in one of her shows. Hopefully, if we can do it, I'm gonna set that right there. All right, we're gonna add 3 things. What do you call a wood pan flute? A recorder, right?
Yes.
What pan would? Okay, so a wood recorder that Rainy Love plays in the sequence whenever he reads the poem to her. Then there's also face tattoos on John Blacksmith, because based on Post Malone. I'm basing a character on Post Malone. And then the third note that we're doing tonight is the lunar eclipse. We had an eclipse today. Did you know the eclipse was at 12 o'clock today?
Yeah, I saw that 3 times.
Yeah, it was at 12 o'clock.
I'll show you my glasses. They're in my trunk.
There's Escape from Maine pulling up right there. Escape Heat and Friends, a teleplay.
How come you didn't get any free glasses, Dustin?
Then Grace, a.k.a. Werevlog. It's only called Grace on the thing, so. All right, we're going to do that. Don't burn the chicken this time, okay? Okay, we've added it. It's assimilating it right now. There it goes. All right, so let me look over it and then we'll read it.
Hey, I'm good. We're leaving fair because of that shooting.
There was a shooting. We'll look at it tonight at State Fair. Okay, we're going to do a reading. Give me a second.